Good day, YouTube, and welcome to Vicious Blast. I'm your host, go by the name of Dr. Mebane, where we dive into what I consider a sanitized version of a YouTube channel where we talk about all things firearms related. Now, I'm not a subject matter expert by any stretch of the imagination, just an overtired Navy guy who loves God and has quite the affinity for all things that go boom. At this point in time, we're going to jump straight into this edition to Bishop Blast. Come on, let's get it in. Really wanted to, it might be this time of year, and we're getting closer to the Christmas season, but I've been getting a lot of questions as it pertains to people trying to figure out what is the best firearm for them. I don't know if it's birthdays, anniversary, what you're shopping for, but there are a lot of people asking about, hey, what firearm do you think would be best for me? I generally ask them, are you talking about something that's just for home defense? Are you talking about something for concealed carry? Just to try to get a little bit more information. I will give you some things that work and didn't work for me and see if these things will kind of work for you. Now, before I get too deep into it, it is my EDC check. EDC check, you know, I have to do this. And today, I am rocking with none other than the Glock 43. Glock 43. It is clear, safe direction, and shoot. It is the Glock 43. Chambered in the great old 9mm. Polymer frame striker-fired pistol. Now, let's get into it. Now, with this, trying to figure out what is the best firearm for you, just make sure you don't allow people to come up with a conclusion about what's best for you without you going over what is the best fit for you. For example, one of the first times I ever said, hey, look, I'm looking for a firearm. I went into the store, and the person asked me, what did you need it for? I said, I needed to defend myself. Asked me would I be carrying it. I said, yes, I would be. And the first thing that they pointed me towards was this Taurus Rossy. This is clear, safe direction, and shoot. It's the Taurus Rossy. Now, I didn't have any problem with this. Hammer fired, wheel gun, chambered in 38 special. I really didn't have a problem with it. However, it's not what I was looking for. It felt good in my hand. However, to be honest with you, I was looking for something with a little bit more round capacity. I was looking for something with a little less muzzle flip, and I was looking for something that would be easier for me to conceal in more than just one area on my body. So this is where I was led towards. I don't know if this was something that the store clerk was just trying to get off of their inventory. However, I got the full court press on this. I'm not mad with the purchase. It just didn't fit the bill for what I was looking for. Now, sometimes there's people that have their own preconceived presuppositions as far as what is best for you. Come in, you're a man, and they want to talk about stopping power and talk about the fact that, hey, you don't do this, because they already have their own ideology as it pertains to what's the best gun. And specifically, don't get into the whole theory, whether it's around capacity, stopping power, and men trying to be men. Sometimes we will say, hey, look, I want something with some kick to it. And maybe that's not necessarily what you want. I remember one time having I want something with some kick conversation. And when I had that conversation, I got led to something that I didn't even want. This was, and I'm not mad with this purchase either. This was the Springfield Armory XD10. It's a Springfield Armory XD10. And I really like this firearm. It wasn't what I wanted at the time. It's clear. Safe direction and shoot. Springfield Armory XD10. It's polymer frame, striker-fired pistol, chambered in 10mm. Sights are not that good, even though they're suppressor height sights, even though it's optic ready, even though it comes with something where I can put a suppressor on it. I'm not mad at it. I'm glad that I have a 10 mil in my rotation. However, this is not what I was looking for. And after I took the firearm that I already purchased to the range and start shooting it, man, I was happy when I put this down and started shooting some of the other things that I was a little bit more comfortable with. But my bravado got in the way. And I'm not mad that I'm stuck with the 10 mil, but this is just not what I was looking for. Last and finally, one of the things that I try to make sure is these things got to be comfortable for me. So they got to be comfortable for you. One of the first, I say, carry guns that kind of met that role for me, and it's not really a popular one. It just happens to be the Ruger Security 9. I really enjoyed it. Just so that you know, it is clear, safe direction and shoot. It's the Ruger Security 9. It's polymer frame, internal hammer fired, 9mm. Sights are not that good. Feels pretty good to me in my hand, specifically if I put the mag back in. Fits perfectly in my hand. And for most of the holsters that I bought towards it, had no problems, no issues. I kind of like it. But the one thing that I realized was I have to stop trying to allow other people to tell me what's best for me. And with that, I'm not really mad when people give me a benchmark, something to shoot around. And one of the ones that people usually utilize for a benchmark sometimes just happens to be the good old-fashioned, will never fail you, Glock 19. That's right, the Glock 19. This is one of those catch all, clear. It'll do it all. It's not a subcompact, but you can carry it. It's good enough and sturdy enough. You can use it for home defense. There's enough accessories and holsters to go by this. You can modify it in any way. It's something that's good to build a platform around. But the good thing about it, it was a good benchmark. Now, what I'm going to share with you is the simple instructions I wish somebody would have shared with me coming out the gate, which is figure out what you want. When you get a concept and an idea what that is, get those firearms, go to a range where you can rent them. Take them to the range, shoot them, see which one is more comfortable for you. There's more of a likelihood that you're going to stick with that firearm if it's something that you enjoy shooting. So, knowing that, I wouldn't have some safe queens, if you will, of ones that I probably will never ever shoot again. But I just have these firearms. I keep them in my collection. But they don't really serve that much of a purpose for me. So now, I need to make sure if I got something, it's going to be something that I need. And it needs to be able to fit the purpose that I have for it. And it needs to be comfortable for me. I would like for it to have, even for my carry guns, I'm in the state of Maryland, 10 round capacity. I do have an affinity for the 9mm. I do like something where I can get all of my fingers on it. I'm not a huge guy, but I have a decent sized hands. And I want to get something that is reliable. And that's the reason why some people will steer you towards the Glock. But so anybody who's getting ready to say, I'm about to make a purchase, I'm about to buy somebody a gift, make sure it's something that fits them and not fits the gun store attendant that's trying to get you into something that maybe he likes, a brand that he's stuck on, or maybe just trying to clear some inventory. So you have to make sure you know what you want. If we were talking about anything concerning you being a consumer and purchasing, make sure you get what you want. It's your hard-earned money that you're spending. So that's what I wanted to share with you on this edition of Bishop Blast. I want to thank all of you for continuing to rock with me. I do not take it lightly. I don't get paid by anybody to do this, nor am I looking for any sense of compensation. This is just my opportunity to share the little bit of knowledge that I have with some of you. So I want to thank you for continuing to rock with me and continue to do so. We generally drop these on Tuesdays, so continue to stay tuned and be blessed. Take care. See you next week.